Hey everyone and welcome back on the channel. My name is Alex. In today's video I am answering all your questions about the Brooks Ghost Max. Quick disclaimer, this shoe was sent to us by Brooks and they don't get to preview this video, so I'm really answering exactly what I want, how I want. So yeah, you will have all of the honesty and transparency that we always have in these videos. Let's go into the questions. All right, first question, comparable to the pop and softness of the Invincible 2? Not at all. This shoe doesn't have the same bounciness, the same pop. This is really a shoe that's meant to roll forward, whereas the Invincible has more of that, softness, dampening, and need to push on your toes quite hard at the toe of face. This is more different. This is more a shoe that helps you move forward, so definitely not comparable in terms of pop and softness to the Invincible 2. Comparison against the New Balance Fresh Foam X 1080 V13. The 1080 V13 is softer, bouncier, a bit more snug in terms of fit for the upper. This has a more accommodating upper, definitely a more pronounced rocker. The 1080 doesn't have a rocker as such, or it has one, but it's not super pronounced. But this is also a bit firmer, but definitely also a bit more gentle, if that makes sense, on your knees and on your lower legs because of that, kind of stiffer, rockered geometry of the midsole. How is the ride compared to the Ghost 15 or the Glycerine 20? This is really a different animal. The Glycerine still has that premium feeling to it, quite dampening, very neutral and very traditional type of ride. The Ghost even more so. This has the same midsole as the Ghost, so a bit more on the firmer side of things, but you have way more stack height in the heel at 39 millimeters, 6 millimeters drop, whereas the Ghost or the Glycerine have much higher drops. So this is more of a shoe that will take you faster to that midsole, to that midfoot stand, and make you transition with that rocker in the forefoot. Definitely different. I would almost tend to pair the Glycerine 20 and this shoe in the same rotation, with this shoe serving more as a recovery shoe, very gentle, very nice on the legs, and the Glycerine more of that daily trainer to put some mileage in, and then you would have something a bit faster if you want to have a faster shoe and do some faster work, some more intensity. But yeah, this is how I would combine the two in a rotation. I wouldn't necessarily combine this with the Ghost 15 just because of the overlap in the midsole and not having that many differences from a pure foam perspective. Of course, the rides are super different. Which models in other brands does it compare to? That's a very good question. The first shoe that comes to mind is the On Cloud Eclipse, released in November of last year, of 2023. It has also that higher stack, around 40 millimeters in the heel, even a bit higher for the On shoe, 6 millimeters drop as well, that ballpark, and that kind of stiffer midsole with a speedboard in the On shoe. This shoe doesn't have any plate, speedboard, shank, whatever you want to call it. It's just pure foam here. And the On shoe also has that quite pronounced rocker, designed to reduce a bit the knee drive and to make this shoe also a nice walking shoe, just like the On shoe. Much better fit on this shoe and much more affordable for the Brooks Ghost Max as well. The other shoe that would come to mind would be the Asics Trabuco Max 2. It's a trail shoe, I know, but it also has a bit of that same ride, same feeling. The comfort and the fit are maybe a bit better on the Asics shoe, but this is definitely the road version of it, in my opinion. So yeah, both are also a bit bottom heavy. They compare. It's a trail shoe and a road shoe, I know, but that's what comes to mind. If you have other comparisons, if you try this shoe, I'm looking forward to reading your comments. All right, next comment. Is it sluggish? How far and also how fast? And what are the limitations? It's not sluggish. I mean, it definitely doesn't feel fast. It's 327 grams in my size, US 11, EU 45. So, it's a heavy shoe, but I would say that you can do some endurance work with it. I wouldn't do anything faster than that. I took it on the trails. I was lucky enough to be in Melbourne. There's a video from that on the channel. And I took it with a very nice gentleman that's maybe watching, who is maybe watching this video. We took it on the trails around Melbourne, around Yarra Bend. That's one of the limitations because the outsole didn't provide with much traction and grip. But that's obvious. Now, in terms of paces, the limitations for me would be around marathon pace, even a bit slower than that. So this is for me, that easy recovery endurance shoe, again, with that very nice rocker, saving a bit on your lower legs, requiring less of that knee drive and less of that hard push at toe off because it rolls a bit more naturally. I like the step-in comfort quite a bit. I am on my second pair as the outsole started peeling off, and I also noticed the rubber disappearing fairly quickly. My second pair has the same issue with the outsole peeling off at the back, and the plastic lace loop pieces are peeling off as well. Well, I don't have any of those issues. I don't know if these are factory defects. 2 in a row would be really some bad luck. I don't have any of that. The outsole isn't peeling, and I ran in the shoe in December quite a bit. Yeah, I don't have any durability concerns so far with this shoe. How would you compare it to the Clifton 9? Actually, it's a good comparison. I think I could have brought that up as a comparison as well. The Clifton is a bit softer, requires a bit more work from your lower legs, from your quad muscles especially. Yeah, this is a bit softer and it really has a much more pronounced rocker. Again, this is really the main thing here in this shoe, the rocker, and the way it is positioned and designed as well, super important, which the Clifton doesn't really have, or not in the same fashion. Other than that, the two shoes are at the similar price points. This one is coming at €150, $160. And yeah, they could compare. Again, Clifton probably a bit more for that daily mileage. This one is more of that nice on the legs, go-to shoe for easier paces, and maybe some longer stuff where you really want to have that, brain disconnection and just enjoy. Is it good for an easy long run, about 2 hours? Well, like I said, could be if you really want to think about nothing and let yourself roll. Eventually, for me, the issue will be the weight here, because at 327 grams for 2 hours, I think you can start feeling it. I haven't run 2 hours in this shoe, so I cannot answer exactly that question, but I wouldn't take it for a 2-hour run myself personally. Any outsole improvements compared to the previous Ghost series? Well, I'm not a massive expert when it comes to the Ghost series. I just want to say it and make it clear. So I cannot compare the durability long-term with the Ghost. If someone has that experience, please dive in the comments. Let us know. I'm also willing to learn from you. Some say that it is not as soft as it's supposed to be. Only one way to find out. Well, yes, only one way to find out. Go try it in a shop and you will figure. I was expecting something slightly softer, but in that ballpark. Essentially, if you put a rocker position like this, and if the midsole is too soft, then you will have really a hard time transitioning forward. So you need to have a bit of a stiffer midsole in order to play well with the rocker. So I wasn't super surprised. I was expecting something a touch softer, but in the end, it's still DNA Loft V2 midsole compound. So yeah, if you know what this foam feels in the Ghost series or other Brooks shoes, you should have an idea of what's the softness and how it responds. Someone commenting in French saying that the Brooks foams are too stiff or rigid, depending on how you translate for them. I have mixed feelings. On the Glycerin 20, I really like the midsole and the foam. I'm more of a firmer foams. I mean, I like soft shoes, don't get me wrong, but in that, soft range, I prefer something a bit firmer and not too plush. So this is actually my type of midsole, and I cannot complain too much with this. Some other Brooks shoes I have had mixed feelings with, especially on the faster, race range, Hyperion Elite 1 and 2. I thought they were a bit too firm, especially compared to the competition. But now Hyperion Elite 4 is around the corner, and we may have a video coming up soon on the channel about it. Nevertheless, yeah, I don't think they're too firm or too rigid. They're just made for specific needs and specific people. And if you're looking for something very, very soft, no, they don't have it yet. Maybe they will never have it, but some other people do. So yeah, we can help you recommend some other soft shoes in the comments if you would like to. Is it EVA based? Yes, it is. Short, easy answer. Weight, like I said, 327 grams in my size US 11, EU 45. In men's sample size 9, I think it's 286 grams, so around roughly 10 ounces, 10.1 ounces. In my size, it's 11.5 ounces, I guess. Math conversion in my head, so correct me if I'm wrong. Brooks Ghost Max versus Puma Deviate Nitro 2. Which one is the most versatile daily and long runs? I have a big passion, as you may know, for the Puma Deviate Nitro 2, so it would be my pick, but they're just two very different shoes, and it's hard to compare them in a way. The Brooks easy recovery paces with a much more pronounced rocker, higher stack height, 39 millimeters in the heel, the DV8 Nitro 2, softer midsole, bouncier, more responsive. It also has a plate sitting a bit closer to the ground, especially in the forefoot, doesn't have that rocker, and it's more tempo intervals, marathon pace. You can do some endurance in the shoe, you can do some easy in the shoe because it's quite versatile, and it probably wins that versatility title between the two shoes, but they're just very different. It's like comparing apples and oranges in a way. If you were to pick only one of the two because you need to select one shoe and can only afford one shoe, I would probably go for the Brooks because you're supposed to spend more time at easier paces, and the Puma will push you at faster paces. Yeah, that's it. I will put right here somewhere on the screen a review of the Glycerin 20 and Caldera 6. I think they were in the same video. I'm pretty sure they were in the same video. Make sure you subscribe because it really helps us, and there are also some links in the description if you want to buy this shoe. Thanks a lot for watching. Enjoy your run, enjoy your ride, and go beyond your limits. I'll see you in the next one.